Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Downton Abbey, the grand finale. And this drama is coming to you from director Simon Curtis, who previously made quite a few films that he's particularly well known for, but here, with screenwriter Julian Fellowes, who created the show, we are brought back to Downton one last time for this big send-off film. Now, it's Downton, so there had to be a moment where they're all driving up, the music is swelling, and that theme starts hitting, and you just see Downton in all of its glory. Yes, we knew we were back. And the production design, the costume design, the hair, the makeup, all of it impeccable. All of it looks so detailed and vibrant and just brings to life. And Curtis goes for a very specific vibe to the film, and I think cinematographer Ben Smithard does a really great job of capturing that energy, and John Lune's score does a really fine job too, but you just have this look of like this sheen of the light, this beauty, things coming to life in such a vibrant and energetic way. Then you have the story. And here we have Lady Mary, who is going through a divorce and drastically changes her whole entire life, affecting her family. And on the other end, you have the Lord and Lady Grantham, who is it time to pass things off to Mary, even though she's getting a divorce or doing some other shenanigans and stuff like that. And there's a lot of tension in that element of the story too. And this big whole financial situation when Lady Grantham's brother, played by Paul Giamatti, shows up with a mysterious financier, Gus Sambrook, played by Alessandro Nivola. And you have those big elements of the story, but this ensemble is enormous. From the townsfolk that are part of the story, to the family, to the servants. And I feel like almost every single character has some kind of arc or story element. And this film really treats that so organically. And it all threads together in such a powerful and meaningful way. There's so much build-up and hope for this film to leave us in a place where we close the book on this chapter of Downton, and we really do get those moments. There's some big emotional beats in this film that really hit, especially as the film is wrapping up, and where this journey has taken them. This film's very reflective of the show and the other films and the journey these characters have been on. You learn all these layers to these characters, and all of the threads, like planning the county fair event, or, you know, bringing, like, this film starts in London itself and has this amazing long take taking us right into a theater. But everybody gets a chance to shine. Obviously, you have the main characters and such, but there's so many great arcs in this film about acceptance and proving oneself and love and frustration, and all of these things bubble up. And this film delivers something that is so infectiously charming. It is the most beautiful way that this series could wrap up. This story has layers upon layers upon layers that you could just get engulfed in and enjoy the journey you go on with these characters. And there's just something so impactful and poignant and beautiful about this film. And all the performances, you have Michelle Dockery, who really steps up as Mary with her tough exterior but has her vulnerable moments, does some good drunk acting. Elizabeth McGovern and Hugh Bonneville are just so perfect, as always, as our Lord and Lady Grantham, and the journey, like, the Lord has to go through really trying to come to grips with the changing times and his daughter being ready to take over and him being a little aggressive about it. Paul Giamatti and Alessandro Nivola make a couple of really good additions to this story. You get to see Dominic West's Guy coming back, and really getting to be in a real dynamic with Thomas, Robert James Collier's character. So many of the performers here really get a chance to stand out, like Jim Carter as Mr. Carson, of course, and Brendan Coyle as Mr. Bates. But especially Laura Carmichael, who really gets a chance here to stand out in a way where she has grown so much over these films and this series, and she has powerful moments. And there's just so many great homages, such a love letter to Maggie Smith and what she was in terms of this show. There's so many different stories going on, but they all come together and make this feel like a snapshot of a whole community, a whole group of people that live and interact with each other on a day-to-day basis. And everybody has their challenges, and we get to go on that journey with each and every one of them. This is such a beautiful story of transition and passing the torch and all of these elements that come together to make a moving, emotional, funny, this film is really funny, charming experience that is hard to argue with. It just, what Curtis is able to do, bringing this all to life and all of its glory, it just really works and delivers something special. But those are my thoughts on Downton Abbey, the grand finale. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.